Good morning students. Today we will start our new lesson of SST, that is lesson number 6, Effects of the British Rule in India. India was economically prosperous till the 18th century. Even after the death of Aurangzeb, there were a few political disturbances in the Indian states, but that could not harm the nation's economy. But historians across the world believe that no country of the world could beat India in its production techniques, industries and organization of trade and commerce till the 18th century. Our country became poor and bankrupt during nearly 200 years of the British rule. It became the country that supplied raw materials to the factories in England and offered a large market for the finished products of the factories in England. But the Britishers ruined almost all the economic activities of the Indians. Thus, our country became economically poor and handicapped. That was before the rule of the Britishers over India. Further, we see what was the condition of our farmers during their rule. As you can see here in the picture, we see the farmers. They are doing lots of hard work. See, they have grown lots of crops there. But after that, what happened? After there is so much hard work, after this much of crops, then what happened? Still their condition was not good. What was the condition? We will see what was the condition of the farmers in agriculture during the British rule. We were the country which we used to supply raw materials. Now, what are raw materials? Raw materials means the basic materials from which the product is made. For examples, natural gas, forest resources, grain, corn, crude oil, iron ore, scrap metal, cotton, etc. Raw materials turn into the finished products. As you see, if you give cotton, cotton is turned into thread. Then thread will turn to finished clothes. Wood will turn into furniture. Iron ore will turn into steel. Now, let's see what was the condition of the farmers and agriculture during the British rule. Here, peasants means farmers. After the Battle of Buxar, the British got the rights to collect land revenues from Bihar, Bengal and Orissa, that is Diwani rights. Diwani right means right to collect land revenue. Then they started exploiting the farmers at the cost of their land and crops. Farmers have to give tax revenue to the British government. So what they used to do? So they used to sell their jewellery to pay the revenue. A large number of farmers have to borrow money from the moneylenders in many areas and consequently fell into death trap, and farmers lost their lands and the agricultural suffered in many regions of India. Because of this land revenue policy, farmer had to give the land revenue. So they do not only give the land revenue, but they had to lost many things. They did not have money. They have to sell their jewellery. They have to sell their land. So at the end, what happened? They lost their land. They lost their wealth, whatever they had. And to add to their misery, what happened? In 1770, Bengal faced a very terrible famine. In previous chapter, we have studied about famine. Famine means there was no rainfall for many years. Because of this, there was no cultivation, and that added to their misery. As you can see here in the picture, see the condition of the people, how they look. They are fighting among each other for the want of